The story begins in a wide, empty stretch of desert, where a man is being dragged face down on a wooden board behind a galloping horse. The man is Trinity, a scruffy drifter dressed in worn clothes, apparently unconscious but not dead. After a long ride, the horse suddenly stops at a small outpost. Trinity wakes up, calmly cuts himself free, and immediately focuses on food rather than the danger he just survived. He eats with exaggerated hunger and shows no urgency about his situation, establishing his lazy and carefree nature. Despite this appearance, it quickly becomes clear that Trinity is alert, quick-thinking, and far more capable than he looks. Trinity continues his journey and arrives at a small frontier town. There, he learns that the local sheriff is none other than his older half-brother, Bambino. Unlike Trinity, Bambino is large, aggressive, and constantly angry. He has taken control of the sheriff's badge by force, intimidating the previous lawman and using the position for personal gain rather than justice. Bambino is waiting for the arrival of Major Harriman, a powerful landowner who has business in the area. From their brief interaction, it is clear that Bambino sees the badge as a tool to make money, while Trinity treats authority with indifference and mockery. Almost immediately, Trinity causes trouble in town. Inside the saloon, several hired gunmen attempt to provoke him. Without changing his relaxed posture, Trinity disarms and humiliates them in seconds, moving faster than anyone can follow. Instead of killing them, he leaves them beaten and embarrassed. This display spreads word of his presence and reputation, making both the townspeople and Bambino uneasy. Bambino confronts Trinity and orders him to leave town, knowing his brother's presence threatens his plans. Trinity refuses, staying purely out of stubbornness and amusement. Outside the town lives a group of Mormon settlers who have recently claimed farmland nearby. They are peaceful, religious, and firmly opposed to violence under any circumstances. They are led collectively rather than by a single strong figure, and their way of life is built on cooperation and faith. Major Harriman wants their land and believes it belongs to him. Since the settlers refuse to fight back, Harriman sees them as easy targets. He sends men to harass them, destroy property, and pressure them into leaving. Trinity encounters the Mormons when they offer him food and shelter without hesitation. He takes full advantage of their hospitality, eating far more than his share and testing their patience. Despite this, the settlers remain polite and generous. They explain their beliefs and their refusal to use violence, even in self-defense. Trinity listens but makes no promises. His interest seems casual, though he keeps returning for meals, slowly becoming a familiar presence among them. Meanwhile, Major Harriman arrives in town and meets with Bambino. Harriman expects Bambino, as sheriff, to help drive the settlers off the land. Bambino agrees, motivated by money and status. Harriman's men increase their harassment, riding through the settlers' land and threatening them openly. Each time, Trinity intervenes in his own way, ambushing the attackers and leaving them beaten but alive. These encounters grow more frequent, and Harriman becomes increasingly frustrated that his men keep failing. Bambino finds himself caught between Harriman's demands and Trinity's interference. Harriman openly questions Bambino's usefulness, hinting that he can replace him if necessary. This angers Bambino, who lashes out at Trinity and accuses him of ruining everything. Trinity responds with sarcasm, refusing to take his brother seriously. Their arguments reveal a long history of rivalry and resentment, mixed with an unspoken bond neither is willing to acknowledge. The situation worsens when Harriman decides to confront the settlers directly. He arrives with a larger group of armed men and attempts to intimidate them into leaving. Trinity steps in again, easily defeating Harriman's strongest fighters and making it clear that brute force will not work as long as he is involved. Harriman retreats, humiliated but not defeated, and begins planning a more decisive move. Using legal pressure and threats, Harriman claims ownership of the land and gives the settlers an ultimatum. The Mormons refuse to leave but also refuse to fight, even as their homes and crops are damaged. Trinity continues protecting them, but his methods only delay the inevitable. Each confrontation increases the risk, and it becomes clear that Harriman will not stop until the settlers are completely removed. Bambino is pushed further into a corner. Harriman demands results and reminds him of their deal, while Trinity's actions make Bambino look weak. Bambino grows more violent and unstable, yet his loyalty to Harriman begins to crack as he witnesses the settlers being beaten without resisting. Trinity, still hiding his concern behind jokes and laziness, starts spending more time with the Mormons and observing their quiet determination. The tension reaches a critical point when Harriman prepares for a full-scale attack, planning to wipe out the settlers' presence entirely. Trinity realizes that his usual tactics of humiliation and delay will no longer be enough. For the first time, the possibility of real bloodshed becomes unavoidable, and the peaceful settlers face destruction unless something drastic changes. Knowing the settlers cannot remain defenseless, Trinity and Bambino begin training them. The brothers focus on teaching simple defensive tactics rather than lethal violence, respecting the Mormons' beliefs while preparing them to protect themselves. The settlers struggle at first, unaccustomed to fighting and fearful of betraying their principles. Gradually, they learn to stand their ground, using coordination and numbers instead of weapons. During this time, Trinity and Bambino work together more closely than ever, their long-standing rivalry giving way to a functional, if tense, partnership. Harriman launches his final attack with a large group of armed men, confident that brute force will succeed. Instead, he finds the settlers prepared and the brothers waiting. The confrontation erupts into a chaotic brawl, with Trinity and Bambino moving through Harriman's men with speed and precision. Trinity disarms opponents before they can react, while Bambino relies on sheer strength to overpower them. The settlers, though frightened, hold their ground and support one another, turning the fight into a collective effort rather than a massacre. As Harriman's forces fall apart, he attempts to assert control, only to be overwhelmed and defeated. Stripped of his power and humiliated in front of his men, Harriman is forced to retreat. His authority collapses, and the threat to the settlers ends. The land remains in the hands of the Mormon community, who have proven they can defend themselves without abandoning their beliefs. With the conflict resolved, Bambino removes the sheriff's badge and gives up the position he never truly deserved. His decision marks a quiet acknowledgement of his mistakes. Trinity shows no interest in staying or taking credit for what happened. The brothers share a brief, restrained moment of understanding before going their separate ways, neither expressing gratitude nor regret openly. Trinity rides away from the town and the settlers, returning to his wandering life across the frontier. Behind him, the settlers rebuild and continue their peaceful existence, now free from Harriman's control.